Hey Flower Tribe, it's Kelly Lehman from Cranberry Fields Flower Farm, and today I want to show you how to make a beautiful Christmas centerpiece. If we haven't met yet, it's nice to meet you. My name is Kelly Lehman. I'm the owner of Cranberry Fields Flower Farm here in Cranberry, New Jersey, and I love giving you guys fun free flower tips. So please feel free to subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit the bell notification so you know whenever I post another fun free flower tip video. So let's dive right in. So I'm going to give you guys two different versions of how to make this centerpiece. And basically what we did was we took a centerpiece that was already partially made, because this time of year, time is crucial. So what we did was we found a wholesaler that sells arrangements that look like this. And this is something like what you can find in like Trader Joe's or your supermarkets or ShopRite. This is kind of what a lot of the arrangements look like, something like this. And I have to say, it's cute and it's adorable, but I think if you want to make it more of like an elegant display for your table or for your holiday decorations, you might want to kick that arrangement up a notch. So basically, here's what we did. First of all, we stripped out some of the pieces here that we didn't like. So a lot of these pieces were kind of beat up, they were kind of dirty, and they just didn't look so great. So we basically just removed them from the centerpiece. And then we started building out our centerpiece. And what I mean by building out our centerpiece is that we got a lot of greens from our farm. And you can take these from like your landscaping. A lot of these are from like the bushes that are in the front of my house. So these are some arborvitae branches, and then there's like a whole bunch of pine in here, and I like to use a whole different mixture of greens as we added to this arrangement. And you can tell how much larger this piece is than this. You can tell how we kind of fluffed it out. So the size difference is probably almost double. If you wanted to make this a super duper do-it-yourself project, you don't even have to buy it pre-made. Basically what this arrangement is made of is a whole bunch of evergreens that are placed in oasis foam. So this arrangement started out with a plastic tray, and what they did was they inserted an oasis floral brick foam for fresh flowers, and the floral foam was soaked in water, and then basically it was just placed inside the tray, and they had put some tape on it to keep it in place. So there's some tape that wraps around the arrangement, and it kind of keeps it in place here. So once that oasis foam was put in here, they started to add the branches. And you could do the same thing at your house. So once again, you just start adding them until it starts taking the shape. And you want to make sure that it's a little bit longer on the sides. And then you just start building it out. So you can get really crafty and do it from scratch if you like. Or you can cheat like I do and get the pre-made base and then get to work. So we took a lot of these greens and we just added them to the sides, and we added them to the fronts of the arrangements, and we just kind of worked around the arrangements until we got the shape and the size that we loved. And then we found some pieces that were really terrific accent pieces. And you can find a lot of these great accent pieces at A.C. Moore and Michael's and Hobby Lobby, and I'll even put a link to my Amazon shop page below where I have a lot of floral gidgamagoos that you might like, and you could just buy them really easily on Amazon. So I love the idea of putting fresh pine cones in here. So I found the pine cones that actually have like picks attached to them. But sometimes if you can't find that, you can just go outside and get pine cones from your yard, and you can kind of wire them to a pick. And that's kind of like what we did with these Christmas arrangements. So I just took a regular Christmas ball and we wrapped some wire around it, and then we inserted a floral pick into the middle. So this was basically just an ornament. We took off the top, we inserted this pick, and then we just did a little wire around to secure it. And those are the pieces that we used for the sides and for the front. And we just kind of inserted them right into the foam. And then for some of the smaller accent pieces here, you can tell these Christmas balls are a little bit smaller than the other ones. And you can sometimes just find like groupings of 3 together. And a lot of times florists will use items in groups of 3 just because it's aesthetically pleasing. So instead of doing just like 2 over here or just like one little one by itself, we try to use groupings of 3 or 5, or sometimes odd numbers just look better. If you can't find the groupings of 3, you can just find ones that are single and then just kind of place them in here, 1, 2, 3, all next to each other, and there's your grouping. So when we placed our candles in the arrangement, we wanted to make sure that we have a candle holder. Otherwise, sometimes it can flop out. If you can't find these candle holders, it's not a big deal, because I've made this arrangement before where we simply just carved out the middle of the oasis foam, and then we just kind of inserted it, and it wasn't that big of a deal. So if you can find these guys, that's great. If not, it's kind of like an added expense that you may not want to buy, but if you're traveling with it, it'll just make it more secure. And basically the candles just fit right inside the holder, and then it goes right inside the arrangement. But I already have one in here. I'll show you what it looks like. So this guy's already in here. And then the candle just goes right inside of it. Boom, done. And then we have some ribbon. So we basically just made like a little bow. This is just a simple bow like when you tie your shoe. And we put a little wire around it. So there's a wire just kind of keeping it in place. And then we just place the wire right inside that floral foam. And then make sure that you always fluff out your ribbons, because a lot of times when you're working with them, they get very crinkly or whatever. So if you left this in the arrangement like this, it definitely doesn't look as good as if you took the extra like couple seconds to kind of just fluff out that bow, smooth it out, give it like some really pretty, like a fishtail at the end. When you're going to make a fishtail at the end of your ribbon, you pretty much just take the ribbon, you fold it in half, and you can tell this ribbon has some wire in it, which I love. This way it's a little more sturdy and you can give it more of a shape that you want. And basically you just give it a snip like that. And when you open it up, you have a fishtail. And then basically we just took these wires and put it inside. And so this is what the arrangement looks like when it's completed. So thank you so much for joining us in this video, and please let me know where you're viewing this from in this great big beautiful world. I'd love to see how our flower tribe is growing around the globe each week. And come say hi to us over on our Cranberry Fields Instagram page and on our Facebook page and our Pinterest page. And I'm also going to put a link to our Patreon page in case you're interested in becoming a supporter of this channel. And know, guys, that we're making a whole batch of videos on holiday decorating. And as soon as those new videos are posted, I will link them below. We're going to show you how to make a fresh green mantle for your fireplace. We're going to show you how to do outdoor planters, and we're going to give you some great poinsettia tips to keep your poinsettias alive all year long, which is like so crazy. Like, who knew you could even do that? So as they start getting created, we will start linking them, and then you guys can binge watch. So have a great day, Flower Tribe, and I will see you in the next video.